All right, Cupcakes, it's Wednesday. It's new comic book day. That means we got new comics. We got DC, Marvel, Image, even a blind bag to which I was late to. I was late to the party, but I'm here now. Let's check out the video. All right, guys, let's start with the blind bag, the Ultimate Endgame by Dennis Camp blind bag. This is a True Believers blind bag. There are multiple variants of this comic. Let's see what I got. This is, I think you'll probably use the scissors. And let's see what I got. Okay, don't want to cut too close and damage the book, but yeah. All right, time for the unveiling. So they have this protective covering because they didn't want anybody to sneak a peek. So inside you'll have the actual comic, and let's see which is the cover. And yeah, and this is the cover I got. It is, I don't even know what it is. It is basically, is it the Cafu cover? Is it it's a variant cover with the Maker fighting Spider-Man and Wolverine, and yeah, that's the Ultimate Black Panther. I like the cover. I think it is the Cafu cover. It is the Cafu cover. So yeah, why the hell not? That's pretty cool. Does it say somewhere? I think it is the Cafu cover. They should have mentioned it somewhere. Usually they do, but in this case they didn't. Anyway, this is the cover I got. I'm happy to get it. And yeah, it's the Maker. I wanted a Maker cover because this whole story is based on the Maker. He's the central character for this. So I wanted something that is based on the Maker. So I'm glad that I got this. I thought I'll get the Peach Momoko variant, but I'm super happy with this. And that's basically the blind bag, guys, for Marvel's Ultimate Endgame. All right, guys, let's take a look at the books. So this is Ultimate Endgame issue number 1. So the Maker has come back. This is by Dennis Camp, and art is by Terry and Rachel Dodson and Jonas Schraff. So as you can see, the Maker is back. He's killing Eternals. He's killing people. The dome that he was trapped under has broken, and Iron Man and Spider-Man have to go and put an end to his endgame, basically. Will they succeed? Will they lose? You got to read to find out. All right. The next one we have is the Avengers Legacy issue 800, but issue number 34. So this continues the Farhad Karami and Jed McKay run, which, to be honest, I have not been keeping up with. So I'm just trying to jump into this. So the main attraction for me for this particular book is obviously, first of all, the fabulous Russell Dauterman cover, this wraparound cover. And then the second thing is that Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley are basically coming back to do kind of a story, a backup story in this particular issue. So that is why this book is popular. A lot of people are buying this. This is the full cover. So if you get like issue 800, which is this, and 801 and 802, then you have the complete Marvel roster. So that's what you get. And yeah, so Bendis and Bagley are back, and they're doing this backup story. I don't know what it is about. The art of Bagley is amazing, phenomenal. You see Cap and Iron Man, and something happening. There's Thor. So yeah, it's just a small backup story, but I'm still excited for it, and I hope that they make a return. Bendis makes a return to Marvel in a big way, and so does Bagley, and and they do phenomenal work. So anyway, that is my wraparound cover of Avengers issue 800. The next one for Marvel, and the last book for Marvel, is Null, basically Null by Al Ewing. This is a 5-issue miniseries that's being done by Al Ewing, and this cover is by Clayton Crane, who's probably the best at drawing symbiotes. And this art is by Tom Waltz. So this is, again, Null versus Hela. That's the basic premise of the story. But I see that there are Celestials and some cosmic Marvel side of things, and Null is trapped. I think he's trapped by Hela, and it's basically a war between the two. So really hope that this is exciting and engaging, and I continue buying this. And that's it for the Marvel books. Let's quickly move on to the DC books, because there are a bunch. So you've got DC KO Night Fight issue number 3. Batman goes into this alternative universe created by Joshua Williamson and Dan Mora, who's doing the art, who's a phenomenal artist, and that's the reason why you buy this book. But he's fighting alternative versions of all his Robins, right? So all these Robins are now Batman in these specific world, and they have like their own territories and stuff. So in the last issue, he fought the Jason Todd Batman, and I think in this issue he fights the Damian Wayne Batman. So great book. It's basically a lot of fighting and great art by Dan Mora. Last Bat Standing. That's amazing. And Joshua Williamson does what Joshua Williamson does best, which is create great comics. The next one is issue 2 of Batman Green Arrow, The Question Arcadia. This has amazing Mike Grell style art by Gabriel Hernandez. And is it Gabriel Hardman or Hernandez? It's Gabriel Hardman. My apology. So this one is about The Question and Green Arrow and Batman solving a mystery together. The story is a little bit is okay, but why you're buying this is for the artwork, and the artwork is sublime. Like really, it's really, really great. So they're all investigating the same case together separately, and they are brought together. That's the whole story about. But that's Batman Green Arrow and The Question Arcadia. The next one, we have 2 books basically from the last week and this week, is Absolute Superman 14, which concludes the story. It concludes the story in all the good ways. So Ra's al Ghul versus Clark Kent. It's by Jason Aaron, and Rafa Sandoval does the art. Again, beautiful artwork, and look at that. He just stabs him through the kryptonite sword through his chest. That's what I want in my comic books. Amazing. So yeah, this is concluding the first arc of Absolute or the second arc of Absolute Superman. And then you have a new story here with Absolute Superman 15, wherein a fresh new start and a new story begins, right? So with the same creative team, basically. And that's Absolute Superman for you. Okay, next we have the final, is it the second arc of Dennis Camp Absolute Man? Yeah, it's the beginning of the second arc of Dennis Camp's Absolute Martian Manhunter, and he's killing it on Marvel as well as DC. That's good to see. But the main attraction for me is Javier Rodriguez and Javier Rodriguez trippy artwork in this book, which has been phenomenal. And I am really, really curious to check this out. This is Absolute Martian Manhunter, Dennis Camp and Javier Rodriguez, issue number 7, which everyone should read, in my opinion. Best Absolute title out there. Speaking about the best Absolute titles out there, this is Batman Arc M, Absolute Batman Arc M. This is a single issue. It's a one-off, one-shot. It explores everything about the Arkham Asylum and gives you some backstories and everything. It is by Scott Snyder. Art is not by Nick Dragotta. Who is the artist on this one? It is Thierry. So this is Frank Thierry. So yeah, it's one shot and it explores like the backstory of Arkham, I guess, and in the Absolute universe. And yeah, again, I don't have too many expectations out of it, but it is Scott Snyder, so I'm sure he's going to deliver a great story. Art looks fine, and Absolute Batman does make an appearance. So it's not exactly like a prequel, but maybe an alternate, maybe set in the same timeline, just a one-off story. So that's absolute. Anyway, that's Absolute Batman Arkham for you. Next, we've got this Carla Cohen amazing cover of DC KO issue number 3. Zatanna is one of my most favorite DC characters, and this is continuing the issue of DC KO. So this is again, the heroes are all fighting in the DC universe because they want Omega energy from the Heart of Apocalypse, and Heart of Apocalypse is a sentient entity, and it makes all these heroes fight each other. This is chapter 3, No Mercy, and the one person basically who wins the fight gets the Omega energy, and he or she or them or they will be able to take care of Darkseid, who's come back in the most evil, heinous ways, and he's wrecking hell, and the heroes have to, and the villains also, not just the heroes, but the villains also have to save the day. So again, great artwork. This is Scott Snyder, Joshua Williamson, Javier Fernandez, and Zermanico, who's doing the art. Amazing artwork again, amazing style. You've got all sorts of bombastic things going on in DC KO. But that's my Carla Cohen cover. I love this cover. If I ever meet Carla Cohen in person, I'll get this signed. But that's DC KO issue number 3. Continuing with the DC KO stuff is you've got this is DC KO All Fight. So they're doing the main story, but there are a lot of these tie-ins where 2 characters fight each other. So I bought this Zatanna versus Harley Quinn. This is by Leah Williams, and Mirka Andolfo does the art in internal artwork. but this is how the art is inside. But I just bought it for the Frank Cho cover because Frank Cho's art is amazing. It's stellar, and he's drawing a Zatanna cover, so I had to buy it. But yeah, but I'm not expecting too much out of the story. But hopefully I enjoy it. But yeah, that's DCKO Harley Quinn versus Zatanna for you. And to sum up with for DC, the final DC book we've got here is Absolute Wonder Woman, and this is the first crossover. This is by, again, obviously Kerry Thompson, and Hayden Sherman does the art. And this is the first crossing over where Diana meets Absolute Batman. So it was bound to happen that all these characters cross over at some point. So in this one, I think Diana goes to Gotham and basically asking for Bruce Wayne's help, and she's aware of him. She's heard of him in the news and everything because they are all part of the same universe, and they team up to figure out a supernatural and cosmic murder that's been taking place in Gotham. And yeah, this is their first team up together, and I'm sure that at some point of time they'll cross over Superman. But basically, that is what is it. This is a great book. I mean, issue, what is it? We're on issue 15, and none of the issues have been disappointing. So whenever it is collected in an omnibus format or a big hardcover, I would suggest you go and get it because this is amazing storytelling. Okay, let's jump on to Image, guys. For Image, we've got Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn. This is a Beyond Barron's cover. That's why it looks so freaking dope. He does this colored painted kind of an artwork. So again, Gunslinger Spawn, it's about this cowboy Spawn, basically the Gunslinger Spawn, and he has risen back in the West. He's trying to help out a Native American girl for her quest for vengeance. And it's probably one of the Western books out there. It is drawn by Jimmy Palmiotti, and it is written by Jimmy Palmiotti, and Dudu Paniska does the art. So great story again, great art. This is supposed to be like a 4-issue mini, but they've extended it now. It's now 12 issues over, and this is gonna go a long time, and this is one of the best books out there for Spawn, at least. All right, then we have the final issue of the Dreadnought War, G.I. Joe, Josh Williamson, and Tom Riley doing the art. This is a Lee Bremoho cover of Destro, of course. And this is the final arc of this Dreadnought War, where Cobra Commander and Duke are trapped in this sort of desert wasteland with all these dreadnoughts trying to attack them and trying to kill them. So as you can see, so yeah, and then G.I. Joe and the Cobra teams thrown in the mix. There's also some Transformers action, as you can see. Clutch is here with his Jeep that turned out to be a Transformer. So yeah, great G.I. Joe book, great action, great pacing. Joshua Williamson, again, killing it on everything he does, but that's G.I. Joe issue 17 for you. And continuing with the Energon universe, we've got Transformers issue 28. Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora again on the art. So Dan Mora art is like stellar, and Robert Kirkman is doing what Robert Kirkman does best. I heard that this is an RC centric issue, so I like RC a lot. I always confused RC and Elita One. They're two separate characters, both pink female Transformer robots. So yeah, amazing artwork again. And I heard that there's a lot of mass characters in this. So that is Miles Mayhem and his whole. This I had this as a kid. I don't know what it's called. I think it's the Thunderbird or something. So it's a chopper that transforms into a jet, and which I always find it amazing. I like the whole colors, the purple and the pink one. This is Miles Mayhem's basically transforming helicopter jet, and I like the fact that they're involving a lot of Mask in this, because I was a big fan of Mask too, man, along with G.I. Joe and Transformers as a kid. So yeah, looking forward to reading this, man. This is going to be amazing. And again, Energon Universe is back. We have Quintesson War, so where we are ending the Dreadnought War, we're starting with the Quintesson War in Void Rivals. This is a Ben Olivier cover featuring Solila. So this one is again by Robert Kirkman, and Andre Bresson does the artwork. And here you've got Zalilak, and he's facing off with Proximus, who wants to take over the Empire. And it's just great stellar art, great storytelling, and Void Rivals has not been disappointing. It's on issue 25, and this book has been stellar. It was always going to be that adjacent issue outside of Energon, so but I think that they've delivered something really strong here. So I've been picking up. It's as good as G.I. Joe and Transformers, and I had no love for these characters, but now I like Derek, I like Sulila, I like Proximus, I like Grand Premier Xylalak, and this is, and Zerta Prime and Zerta Trion, and everything that's going on in this science fiction action fantasy epic has been stellar and amazing, including the artwork. So that's Void Rivals issue 25 for you. Next one, we've got another Kirkman book. I mean, Kirkman is killing it with his Skybound imprint, man. Everything he does is like just gold. This is issue 4 of Skin Breakers. You've got David Finch on the art. So again, it took David Finch like 8 years to finish the artwork on this book. And it's got, I think, like eight issues. I think we're already on issue 4. So this is about, again, a battle between warlords. It's about succession. So you've got this old warlord and you've got this younger guy who wants to succeed him, who wants to kill him. And the only way he can do that is by killing him. So there's a contest between the two, for succession. And that's what it's all about, with amazing, stellar David Finch art and Robert Kirkman scripts, man. So what's not to like? So that's issue 4 of Skinbreaker. Amazing title. Loving it through and through. Speaking of titles I love, you've got Escape by Rick Remender, issue number 5. This is one of those beyond enemy line kind of stories with anthropomorphic characters. So you've got this guy who's basically like a dog. It's dogs versus bats. So dogs are like your good guys and bats are your bad guys. The bats are basically kind of sort of like a World War II Nazi-infested Germany kind of a scenario. And your main guy, which is basically the dog guy, he's behind enemy lines. His plane crashes down. He's the only survivor. He's hiding in a person's home, and all these soldiers are basically chasing him. So again, Daniel Acuna art is super brilliant, and Rick Remender is one of the best storytellers out there, no doubt about it. And I'm enjoying everything he's doing. Sacrificers, the Seasons, all of them have been brilliant, along with Escape. And issue number 5, this is really good stuff, man. And finally, for wrapping up Image, we've got the Dark Ages, Spawn, the Dark Ages. This is a book completely done by Liam Sharp and Liam McCormick Sharp. And Liam Sharp is one of the best artists out there, like really stellar. Like, even if you just blurt out all these word balloons, I will just buy this book just for the stellar art, And he's done a couple of books like Starhenge and all, which he's completely written and drawn. And his artwork is sublime and stellar. And he recently did a Savage Sword of Conan book, which I absolutely loved. The artwork on that is like really, this is like, it doesn't get better than this. Can it get better than this? I don't know. But Liam Sharp does what Liam Sharp does best, which is draw amazing artwork and give you a decent story. So this is again a medieval age Spawn. So this guy, he's basically again in the Scottish Highlands. He's fighting for his kingdom and he's losing. So he has to make a deal with the devil and turn into this Dark Ages medieval Spawn, So yeah, that's what this book is about. And to wrap up this whole thing, we have Titan Comics issue number 4, Scourge of the Serpent. This is basically by Jim Zub, and this is an event book in the Conan universe. I think his 3rd event book after Battle of the Blackstone, and I think there was another one. But you've got Conan here, you've got Kull the Conqueror, and you've got John Kiroan, who's an occultist, and they're all fighting basically Scourge of the Serpent, the goddess Set here, who's basically the serpent goddess. And look at that. That's amazing hair. I was going to say hair. What did you think I was going to say? But anyway, so they're fighting this goddess of Set. I cannot show you too many pages here because there is like a lot of nudity in this and a lot of violence. Violence is fine. So yeah, this is amazing. Again, if you've been following everything Conan delivers, man. It is one of the best books out there. And I think this is there's going to be one more. I think it's a 5-issue event book. Along with Conan, along with Savage Sword of Conan, you've got this. All 3 books are killing it, man. So yeah. And that basically wraps up this massive comic book haul. Guys, thank you for checking this video out, and hope you like the video, and hope you give me your thoughts, some feedback, and what are you reading? What are you digging? What are you liking? Please let me know in the comments, and I'll check you out in the next one.